and I'm here to update you on everything that's on the minds of Chargers fans. We're not just talking about another game in the season. We're talking about a turning point that could change the present and future of the franchise. Today, the atmosphere is different. Things are heating up behind the scenes. Important decisions are being made, and what happens now could define who stays, who goes, and how far this team can go. I have all the information at hand to tell you every detail, but before you dive into this moment that could go down in Chargers history, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, because today is the day every Los Angeles Chargers fan has been waiting for. Stay with me until the end, because what comes next will surprise you. The Chargers traveled to Dallas to face one of the toughest tests of the entire season, playing the Cowboys in Week 16. And what was seen on the field was a top-notch defensive performance, the kind that doesn't go unnoticed and draws the attention of the entire NFL. Even before the game, Jim Harbaugh had already made clear the size of the challenge, stating that the Cowboys' offense was probably the best offense we've ever faced, acknowledging the complexity and danger of that matchup. Even so, despite this extremely demanding scenario, the Chargers' defense functioned at full steam, controlling the game and showing maturity, organization, and intensity. And behind all of this is a name that deserves highlighting: Jesse Minter. Jesse Minter didn't arrive at the Chargers by chance. He accompanied Jim Harbaugh from Michigan to Los Angeles, along with several members of the national championship-winning coaching staff with the Wolverines. In Michigan, Minter led the defense to the national title and also had the responsibility of serving as interim head coach in the opening game of the 2023 season against East Carolina, while Harbaugh served a self-imposed suspension. After an extremely successful debut as a defensive coordinator in the NFL, everything indicated that Jesse Minter would be one of the most sought-after names in the last cycle of interviews for head coaching positions. Journalist Connor Orr of Sports Illustrated, who closely follows the candidates for the 2026 cycle, states that Minter remains one of the top names on the list and revealed his own perplexity with the situation. According to Orr, when questioning various industry sources about why Minter hadn't applied for positions last year, the answer was always the same: "I have no idea. That's strange." This unexpected absence has raised a real red flag within the NFL. ESPN journalist Kalen Kaler recently wrote about this topic and raised concerns by stating that some owners are giving agents a disproportionate role in the hiring process, which could end up obscuring extremely qualified candidates. Within this context, it's possible that Minter may have even received interview invitations, but these moves never came to light due to a lack of representation and exposure, and that's something that could change from now on. With the regular season nearing its end, teams with head coach positions have already begun to make moves behind the scenes. And on the eve of the game against the Cowboys, journalist Diana Rossini of The Athletic brought important information. Jesse Minter is on the Tennessee Titans' initial list of candidates. There's also a detail that makes this possibility even more interesting, since Minter was the defensive coordinator at Vanderbilt University in Nashville in 2021, meaning he knows the region and the local market well. With the Chargers' defense ranking among the best in the NFL, this new round of interviews could be completely different from the previous one, should Minter so desire. Meanwhile, however, things are buzzing behind the scenes, and the Chargers roster is also undergoing significant changes. The Los Angeles Chargers officially announced the promotion of 2 players to the active roster in Week 16, a move that went unnoticed by some fans but carries important strategic weight at this crucial point in the season. The promoted players are safety Marcus Williams and guard Branson Taylor, 2 pieces that reinforce different areas of the team but arrive with very clear objectives. To increase the depth that attracts the most attention is that of Marcus Williams, 29 years old. He is a player with vast NFL experience and a respectable resume. Williams was selected in the second round of the 2017 draft by the New Orleans Saints and, from the beginning of his career, has shown himself to be a reliable safety with good game reading and anticipation skills. Marcus Williams' constant presence on defense was a key player. At the end of his 4-year, $6.2 million contract with the Saints, the franchise recognized his importance and decided to apply the franchise tag, guaranteeing his stay for another season. After that period, Marcus Williams returned to the market as an unrestricted free agent and secured one of the most significant contracts for his position, signing a 5-year, $70 million deal with the Baltimore Ravens. In Baltimore, he arrived with the status of a key piece of the secondary, but ended up being released in the last offseason, in March, in a decision that surprised part of the league and opened an opportunity for other franchises. It was in this scenario that the Chargers acted quietly, integrating Williams into the practice squad a few months ago, away from the spotlight, but closely observing his adaptation, physical condition, and understanding of the defensive system. In 2025, the Chargers, recording 4 combined tackles, modest veteran, accustomed to big games, close decisions, and hostile environments. Exactly the type of player who can make a difference in such an intense final stretch of the season. With this, the team would currently have the 26th overall pick in the NFL draft. Logic would suggest reinforcing the offense players on the offensive line, but the most recent simulation bias will choose Caleb Banks, a defensive tackle from Florida. Who is Caleb Banks, and why does he make sense? Banks is 6 feet 3 inches, weighs 220 pounds, and offers something rare: more quarterback pressure potential than many interior defensive tackles in this draft. Even with a foot fracture that hampered his season, USA Today highlights that he should not be underestimated. With him, Odafe Owe Tuli Tuipulotu. Furthermore, Banks would allow Jim Harbaugh to implement the physical and dominant football that he so strongly advocates. While the future is debated, the present demands total focus. The Chargers face the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday, and with a combination of results, they can still competition for the AFC West title or secure the best wildcard spot in the AFC. The defense is at its peak. The roster gains strategic reinforcements, and Jesse Minter may be at the center of the biggest decision in the coming years. Will the Chargers be able to keep him, or are we witnessing the birth of another NFL head coach? If you want to continue following all this firsthand, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell, because here, Chargers fans, the information arrives first, with details and no beating around the bush.